You are dream of many families, your relatives, your parents, and you are carrier of your own dream. So here I come as a mentor, as a speaker, as a faculty member that I've been talking to the young people and lately. So therefore, I would like to express first of all your resolve to get better in your career, to explore around the world. We are there as a partner, and the Mentor Lab has brought in this wonderful forum to interact. So let's interact. How many of you think that you are ready? How many of you think you are ready? Or how many of you say, do I get that hand raised? You are ready. Very good. Why others not raising hands? What is not letting you feel that you are ready for grabbing this opportunity that comes? Anybody who would like to speak on that? And I'll tell you a story of mine, in fact, before I even start saying anything. Once upon a time, and then I used to be working for Standard Chartered Bank, and I was living in Sanghamul, a tall building, and in the evening, I was on the rooftop. And then I was also very aspirant of going to some European universities. And then suddenly, one day in the night when I was at the rooftop, it occurred to me, am I ready? Am I ready? What if I get a visa tomorrow and land in the airport there? Am I ready? Am I ready to take the challenges that I might face? Have I done everything to prepare myself to take those challenges? Do I know how to cook? Have I ever tried making tea or making my own meal? Do I know how to drive a car? Do I have any skills why anybody in that distant land would hire me for a job? And for a moment when I reflected, it gave me a punch. No, I was not ready then. Then I resolved that I should learn all these skills one after the other, and I would make myself universally accepted, skilled manpower that I can get job and I can be hired and I can sell myself. That resolve helped me to acquire all of that. त्यसले नेपाली उखान छ नि, उड्न मन लाग्यो भने नाङ्लो बाँधेर धुरीबाट हाम फाल्नु हुँदैन. And it requires a lot of preparation, a lot of resolve. First person to decide whether you are ready is you yourself. So it's very important. And this need of young people going to different countries with a lot of opportunities was felt in South Asia, all of these countries. Demographically, we are the supplier of manpower to the entire world, and these people are so eagerly waiting for all of us to be there. They would not hire unskilled manpower. They will see your resume. Do you have the skill of preparing your resume to be made more attractive than anybody else on your left and right? First, the skill is resume building. And that resume should have some integrity and trustworthiness. References, have you created enough good references that the people can refer back and verify where you come from? That reason being, South Asia is a country where a lot of tampering does take place of documents. Therefore, they would like to see the person you have in reference and the reference documents that you take has got a credible background. And for that, have you made good network of these good people whose reference will work and help you to get to good universities and the employers? Second. Third is overly stated CV and reference, but are you credible enough to represent that? Do you have good communication skill? Communication skill, imagine the moment you fly from TIA, Tribhuvan International Airport, the whole world is your competitor. Whole world. And the country like India, countries like China, countries like Bangladesh, all of these do have the advantages of having institutions, academic institutions, 100 years old, very deep there, and they go with a lot of exposures. We, Nepal, is recently, just it's been 25 years since English schools have come up. The language proficiency of ours, we struggle to get good score, but would you be able to influence the interviewer, the employer, the possible employer at the other end with enough of that bandwidth of nice accent that can sell, even if you become a server in a restaurant or a receptionist in a small SMEs? Are you adequately equipped with that skill to impress on them so that they hire you? And keep in mind, you will be competing with guys from Punjab, Bengal, Haryana, all northern Indian people who probably has got a better competitive environment and they are better refined. And therefore, you need to be prepared for that as well. It's very, and the public impression that has been created on us by all social media, posting by our fellow relatives and friends who stay abroad, that's a tip of iceberg. The painful, bigger mass of painful life has never been highlighted. And my dear friends, you will not be surprised. People, so many immigrant children are homeless there. They sleep in libraries, they sleep in buses and trains. The reason being, they are not adequately equipped to take that challenge. Therefore, this learning, this experience of South Asian students, and for that matter, other Latin American students, and therefore there is a system that we have devised. Upgrad has taken this need and said, why don't we prepare students adequately in advance before they land up and meet that challenge? So therefore there is an ecosystem that has been created in Upgrad where you are coached and mentored and prepared for that challenge that you are facing. There are relationships. They have that mentoring program. They have those student mentors in those different countries that you are eyeing at. So therefore, today's workshop that we are trying to put together and we will interact is, are you prepared? Okay, preparation is not simply to apply, get NOC and get the visa. No, preparation is, as I said, first prepare a nice reference. People that they can write good reference for you. Number one. Number two, language skill is mostly very challenging. You should be able to impress on others when you speak about your awareness. Second, the skill set. Skill set, managing your life, managing your ability, the emotional ability to manage highs and lows of life. From the day you go on, the first kick that you get is the homesickness, ability to handle yourself alone in that distress situations. Many people do say that we South Asian and Nepal and this part of the world, we are very kind to people. If we see people in distress, we immediately extend some helping hands and we help. We ask people, come and stay at my home. But there people are very busy. I should not say ruthless, but they're very busy and they do not have time to take care of these people. And asking help as an immigrant would be an xenophobic mind. Lately, I'm sure you have seen many countries, the local residents have felt that their jobs and their spaces have been encroached by the immigrants. Therefore, you need to be very careful to be able to adjust with those hostility you meet in those markets. So therefore, are you prepared to do yogas and meditations and learn those skills? That initial days, there would be a difficult days, definitely. And therefore, skills are very much needed. And this pathways program that we have, you start here initially. Learn all those skills that are needed. Prepare, understand that market, ask questions to your mentors and coaches and learn those skills and prepare yourself adequately. Prepare a checklist. Prepare a checklist. Have you acquired enough skills? Barista used to say long ago, other skills, what can sell in those markets? I know some of the girls, they have gone with a nail polishing skills and everything. Some of you will go with the hair cutting skills and everything. But all of those skills, if you are not adequately medically certified, you are not able to touch people and handle people in those markets. So you need to be very, very careful what kind of skills that you are learning. If you are simply burning your money, or are you adequately the appropriate skills that can sell in that market is mostly the cases that we have seen in the other markets, when people are not able to cope with the communication challenge, interact, present their CVs, and face the interviews and adequately impress on the employers, they are not hired. And they become a victim of exploitation with low wages, under-documented, and our Uncle Trump is after all those undocumented. So you need to, and Uncle Trump has been celebrated for those Americans who love their countries. They say our country is being saved by such a powerful president and cleansing the country with all these undocumented immigrants. But put yourself, if you were to be in the other side of you have enough documents. Now, US universities, even Harvard is not allowed to put international student. Just a tip of iceberg. Doesn't that say so much about how hostile things are happening? Therefore, my dear friends, prepare well. Definitely, compared to Nepal, there are opportunity outside, more better institutions, and I'm for that matter, I always say positive. Like I do say at times, मसँग कसैले डिबेट गर्न थाल्यो चाहिँ विदेश किन जाने भनेर डिबेट गर्यो भने मैले भन्छु यु डु नट ह्याभ, जस्तो मेरो बुवा आमा चाहिँ तेह्रथुम पूर्वमा तेह्रथुमबाट माइग्रेट भएर चाहिँ इटरी आउनुभयो, म इटरीबाट माइग्रेट भएर काठमाडौँ आएँ. I've been living in Kathmandu for last 35 years. Okay, I migrated. My fathers migrated. By that migrations, we were exposed to new opportunities. Therefore, I'm different. Generations of my uncle who did not migrate are different from our generations who migrated. Migrations is a wonderful survival of the fittest that gives you a different transformations in life. So anybody who has migrated to Kathmandu, anybody who has left their villages and come to Kathmandu, then the facilities were just adequate to come to Kathmandu, therefore they migrated so much. But now the facilities, the world economy, the demographic move is so much that you should look for a bigger leap. And therefore you have a full right, a fundamental individual right to choose a country that you think you would be better placed rather than being a frustrated Nepali citizen here. But do not jump from fire pan to fire. Are you adequately prepared? And that preparations, as I said, let's prepare a checklist. You individually, are you prepared? Or it's just a peer pressure that is taking you out? Reflect deeply. Are you prepared? Tomorrow, if you land in the place that you have in dream, are you prepared to cook your own meal? Are you prepared? Are you prepared to support yourself for a few months when things may not go in your favor? And that do happen. Sometimes with the economic changes, the prices of the rooms and the spaces go so high, it's so difficult. Now the supply chain is disrupted by the US tariff, and therefore these stores are empty and things are getting expensive. Jobs have been cut, and I'm sure all of you are looking at all these social medias, and some of the social medias may not be credible. Look for credible social medias. And all these signals are hinting that we should be prepared. We should be prepared. So both of these things need to be put together, that you have taken a very right decision. If you are planning to go in the country of your dream, you should. That's your fundamental right. You should look for these opportunities. If you are not looking for opportunities, as I said, people who do not move, the tribes who do not move, they remain. So movement, migrations is a very transformative existential skill mankind has learned, and therefore you are fortunate that 17 hours flight will take you to a wonderful different nation with a different infrastructure, with a different system, and why shouldn't you explore that? So you have a right. Resolve first, but are you prepared? Are you prepared now? If you are prepared, you should fly immediately. If you are not prepared, take some time to prepare yourself. Have you learned the driving skills? A boy of mine, a relationship that I know, he was doing SCCA here. He migrated to Canada, and for a few months, since he was driving here a few years, he had a very valid